Hey, good morning. I'm taking you on a walk with my dog right here, my Labradoodle, who we're changing habits first thing in the morning. So my husband and I were talking about the things that we wanted to change in 2020. And it was actually more of a conversation with him. And he said, he goes, I don't like to wait until the new year because when I wait till the new year, he already feels behind. And I thought to myself yesterday, sorry, there's cars coming. I thought to myself yesterday, one of the things that I wanted to change was I wanted to get out for a walk first thing in the morning with my dog. I know it sounds so funny, but it's actually not necessarily for me to get exercise. It's actually more of a pain in the ass for me to fit something else in the morning. And so there's all those initial reasons to not do it because selfishly, I really like my mornings. I've been running my mornings the way I've been running my mornings for a long time, and they've been working. But here's what I know about change. Every time I coach an entrepreneur that they want to change their schedule, they want to change their income, they want to change, adding people to their team, or they want to change something, it always comes down to the fact that people hate to make changes to their schedules. I mean, and I get it. I'm the same way. So one of the things I hate even more is that my dog goes to the bathroom in the yard and it drives me freaking crazy. And so I was talking to my mom yesterday and I said, Mom, how do I stop my dog from going to the bathroom in the yard all the time? And she said, well, every morning you get up, you feed him, and then literally take her out for a walk right away. Take her out to go pee right away, then feed her, then take her out right away to go for a walk. And I'm like, oh my God, that totally screws my morning. Being really honest with you guys right now. And then it dawned on me, how many entrepreneurs have I coached that when they're like, I want to make more money. And I'm like, okay, here's how you do it. And they're like, oh, but I love my mornings, or, oh, but I love my yoga class at this time, or, oh, but I love it. I'm like, okay, well then you want your schedule more than you want the results. And so I'm out walking the dog right now. Check this out. You guys proud of me? I'm proud of me. I'm changing a habit right now before the new year. And it's not so bad. I could get used to this. This could literally be coffee on the road with Shanda. But I won't have coffee. I'll have a dog. Dog walks with Shanda in the morning. Anyway, my point in sharing all this with you is because, I know there's something that you want right now. And I know it's a pain in the ass to change something you've been doing to get something that you want. But then that becomes a new norm, just like making money. It all just becomes a new norm. And when you hit these new norms, then everything's within your comfort zone and it feels easy to do. But whenever we make the initial change, it's really hard to do. So what I'm having to change now is not doing my morning workouts the way I normally do my morning workouts, and shifting things to take care of the dog or don't have a dog. You know what I mean? The last thing I wanted was to have an animal that was just running around a yard and wasn't really out there getting some exercise and living a great life. So I share this with you because I've had to go through this exercise when I've hired new team members. It's hard to work 10 years and continue to have different expenses that come up. You think that you got ahead. I remember this with taxes. The first year I made some decent money and I had a huge tax bill, and some of you guys know what that feels like. And you feel like, I remember feeling so disgruntled, like I couldn't figure out how it made any sense in the world to make more money and live in California. Some of you guys are like, I understand that. That's why I don't live there. But then the other side of me is like, I don't want to live in some place, and I've tossed this around with my husband so many times. I don't want to live in some place and make it great because of the fact that I'm trying to save taxes. So the only answer is figuring out how to reduce taxes in other ways. So my point in sharing all of this with you is that as you're looking at all of these shifts and all of these changes, and I appreciate you guys changing my morning show and coming out for a walk with me and being really patient as I walk through all of this, is that, and I'm committed out of my mind to just being real on this show and showing, really what it looks like. But as I make these shifts in my life before 2020, I feel ahead of the game. And there's always going to be sacrifices. I already know that. You're a smart individual. You know that there's always going to be sacrifices, but how you walk through those sacrifices matter. So I'm really proud of myself that 5 years ago, I probably would have bitched and complained about changing my morning schedule. And now I'm like, you know what? This isn't so bad to get out for a morning walk with my dog, who still, by the way, has not gone to the bathroom. Wondering how long this walk's going to be. No, just kidding. I'm just having some fun. But I'm just loving the fact that we are so empowered as we let go of moments of resistance, and not just moments of overcoming resistance, but actually changing your whole DNA so that you're just not as much of a resistance person. My next step is learning how to breathe through reactions when things are not working the way they want. So I have this thing where if I have a vision to create something and it doesn't happen 3 times, by the 3rd time I'm pissed. By the 4th time I'm like really pissed. And I want to become a better leader in 2020 that doesn't come out at all, because it doesn't make people feel good. And the truth is that maybe it makes more sense to let somebody go than to make it to the 4th time of being frustrated about not having a result. And so that's within my power too. And so when I look at like 2020, the habit that I want to change with my leadership inside the company is to not allow things to get to the 4th time of something not hitting a result that I wanted to hit because a team member didn't hit it, right? Or wasn't capable of hitting it because maybe they're in the wrong position, or we don't have a position for them anymore. And so my point in sharing all of that is that when you're looking at something that really drove you crazy in 2019, instead of making it right, like, sorry, my eyes are watering. Instead of making it right, like instead of me saying, oh, I have a right to be pissed off about this, that, or the other, or like, come on, you guys, like I could be sitting there and having a conversation with a peer and being like seriously, like by the time we get to the 3rd or 4th time, like I have a right to be mad. Like instead of having those dialogues, which I think is very weak leadership, it's not leadership that I want at the top of my company that thinks like that or talks like that. That really is an employee. And there is a difference between a rock star employee and a true leader, like a leader inside the company. A leader inside the company, which means you have to be this way too, is that you go to course correct some of those conversations and just be like, you know what? The truth is that I don't have to be frustrated when we hit the 3rd or 4th time of not hitting a vision. I really need to either move somebody into another position, hire somebody, or let somebody go before we ever get to that point. And if I did that, then my cortisol wouldn't go to that level when those moments happen, because I have really high standards. So what is that for you? You know what I mean? What is that for you in 2020? What could you shift in the way that you're leading, in the way that you're getting your results? What could you shift? Well, like, where can you see that if you made some changes that things would go much smoother? And please see it within your power. Don't see it as like a necessary change on your part. See it as like, you're so brilliant and so smart that you're the person who made that change. Even if everybody else thinks they're the ones who made it, who cares? A great leader doesn't need the recognition for it. A great leader 100% does not need the recognition. They want to be causal, and they want to cause the shift, and they know that they were the ones that caused the shift, and then usually it's more than you that actually caused the completion of that shift. And so that's when team, accountability, team, even acknowledgement comes into play. So that's really all I wanted to share with you guys this morning. My dog is about to get hit by a car. I don't know, maybe she thinks that she somehow thinks she's gonna go say hi to that guy. Oh, now she's gonna be tough. Hey, what are you looking at? Hey, what are you looking at? Okay, now she's scared. What are you looking at? Hey, sit. Good girl. Let's walk this way then. She apparently isn't into guys with painter pants on. She's seriously scared, you guys. Well, I'm not sure if she's scared or she wants to attack. Anyway, I'm sending you guys so much love today. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for coming on a little coffee walk with me. And tomorrow I'm going to have Rex Crane on with me, who, honest to God, I create miracles after talking to this guy. So I can't wait to interview him on Coffee with Shanda. I'm actually going to be asking him questions I've never been able to ask him at this point. And so 7 a.m. Coffee with Shanda tomorrow is going to be amazing. I will not be out on a dog walk. I will have already walked the dog at that point. And we're going to have a great 7 a.m. Coffee with Shanda. So thanks for bearing with me on my changing my habit doggy walk this morning. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.